Impossible.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Faking the handoff, Howell. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off play action, it's Howell. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna Nwosu, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Uchenna Nwosu. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete to John Ross. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The Seahawks at 11-1 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 2nd down at 5. They'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. Following the fumble recovery, Powell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back to throw now on first down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. John Ross from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. One last shot before the break. Howell. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. Back to Walker on first down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And again, it's Goodwin. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He hits his target, Lockett. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Walker now on 1st and 10. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter. Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points? They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 85 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Still 9 remaining on second down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field. And we are ready to rock. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. John Ross, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go play action. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. And now here is another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. 2nd and 5. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And that is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And it's taken in at the 9. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Howell. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And he's brought down. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run with Gibson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try for the first with Walker. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 9. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Now he's flushed out left. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on him.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Powell, he'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll send a receiver in motion left. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. 2nd and 15. Completes it to Fant on the right side. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the handoff, this is Walker, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Again, it's Walker. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Montez Sweat with a tackle.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll run the toss to Walker. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Powell. Buying time to his left. And now here is another interception. picked off by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So the victory here for Seattle.